Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing? Love the way you look in the mirror and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food. It's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. We're in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur today. So we moved from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur. And if you're not familiar with the region, like most of us are not, Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia, is just 1 hour flight away from Singapore. So they're really close neighbors, and but even though they're very close neighbors, like the culture, the feel of the country is completely different. For me, by the way, Singapore never feels like a country. It's more like a city. It's even smaller, than let's say Moscow or New York or a lot of other big cities. So to really call Singapore a country, even though it is of course a country, for me it's again more like a city. But anyway, the feel is completely different from Kuala Lumpur, from Malaysia, where I am right now. I'm going to be spending here probably a week or so, just doing some research on food or nutrition in Southeast Asia. Malaysia is actually kind of in the center of Southeast Asia. You can meet a lot of people from China, from India, from Singapore, from Thailand, from Philippines, from all these different places, and all of them have their own different religions and beliefs, and they have their own communities. Looking at food and food culture, food traditions here will give me a better understanding of food and nutrition here in general. And from what I can see at the moment, from what I've already experienced, not so much wisdom and education. I think West, when it comes to nutrition and understanding what is healthy food, what is healthy eating, leads away, and I believe that's going to continue for quite a while. Asia has a very deep also cultural and nutrition and food tradition and history, and they still have kept the most of it. What I like about Asia, it's there, you can find a lot of vegetables and fresh produce, but they also switching to a lot of processed foods and also start using ingredients, these vegetable oils. And before there were no vegetable oils, and they would use natural fats from animals or from coconuts that are native to this region. But right now, you go to a store or a market and they use all these vegetable industrial oils, and of course they add sugars, and of course they fry stuff. Most of the stuff is cooked here because of all the bacteria and all this possible food contamination, because bacteria and anything alive thrives in Southeast Asia. This is actually the region where you can find the most biodiversity, especially if you go to rainforest, the most amount of plant and animal species. So basically, bacteria, everything thrives here, and that's why food safety is really an issue here. So, everything is cooked, is fried, and a lot of spices, everything that kills anything that can cause potentially harm to our body. That's what humans, learned in this region. That's why they use a lot of stuff in their cooking. But with the development of our food industry, they started to use a lot of stuff that is not good for our body either, like vegetable oils, for example. And the food just got worse, and they get a lot of, again, fast food, a lot of processed foods from the West, and they think it's cool, but we know it's not. And so the Europe and US, we are learning already that, we got it a little bit wrong. Here, not so much, because of also education and more closed culture to the discoveries of the West or of the science when it comes to nutrition, to science. Anyway, I wouldn't say the food is healthy here, but as we talked about about food anywhere in the world and in Southeast Asia specifically, you can always find good options as long as you're aware of what those options are, and as long as you know what you should be putting in your body on a regular basis. You can find it here. Civilization is developed here, so you can find fatty fish, you can find your sardines, your salmon, your olives, your avocados. Avocados, by the way, here are amazing, super rich. Like, these are the richest avocados I believe I tried so far, meaning they're like fatty, not watery, and they're so ripe and so delicious. So avocados are amazing here. I really love them. And of course, anything made of coconuts or durians. I don't really like that fatty fruit, but some people enjoy it. So that's the place where you can also get a lot of it and a lot of different stuff made out of it. But back to our episode of Food School. Today's episode is dedicated to another topic from Healthy Eating 101 course that you can sign up for in my food school that I've created and developing into the biggest online food school, where the courses and the knowledge base is constantly going to be updated, and we're going to bring to you the most cutting edge information put into practical lessons that you can implement into your life, into your lifestyle. So it's not about any particular diets, it's about our food and nutrition industry and nutrition focused food system, or basically how to eat based on your nutrition and health needs, not on some diet theory that a lot of which do not have any scientific basis, rather than things like it makes sense. Well, some things that make sense, they are not exactly true and don't really work for our bodies. Anyway, back to our episode. So today's episode is about weight loss and weight management, and today I'm sharing with you the most effective strategies based on, again, the recent science and our knowledge of how our body works. So weight loss and weight management. When you have your lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, healthy habits, organized in a system, and when you eat mostly whole foods, mostly healthy foods, then weight loss, when you need to lose weight or when you need to cut fat, it's mostly about just getting a little bit more active and cutting the amount of foods you eat. But before that, you gotta make sure that you sleep well, that you manage your stress, that you eat good quality food. So that all comes before counting your calories or reducing the amount you eat for a weight loss. And for weight management, if you have a healthy lifestyle, if you sleep well, if you manage your stress well, if you move, if you exercise regularly, if you eat mostly whole foods, organic, good quality foods, then weight management comes really natural. You don't even have to worry about it. You're going to have your natural hunger that's going to guide your choices and the amount of foods you eat to maintain your healthy weight. The body is smart. Once you get to this balance maintenance, your body likes to stay in that one state, in that one weight. So as long as you have a healthy lifestyle and a healthy diet, that's going to maintain itself. But back to our weight loss, weight management strategies. So what do you need to do actually to come to this healthy weight and to maintain it and to maybe lose weight much easier? So first and foremost, guys, there is a lot of debate going on, discussions going on about should you count calories? Is calories the most important thing? And guys, calories are not the most important thing. There are a lot of people who would not agree with me, but our body is an open system. It doesn't count calories. It processes the foods that you put in your body. So depending on the quality and the kinds of the foods you put into your body, depending on in what state your body is, meaning stressed or relaxed, underslept, or you had enough sleep, depending on how your gut microbiome works, depending on how insulin sensitive you are, depending on the time where you eat and how much fasting you have on a regular basis. Based on all of these factors, your body makes decisions on how to process your food, what to do with that energy, whether to put it in storage in fat, whether to use it for some needs, whether to expand it as body heat. Some people that eat a lot of food and a lot of energy, a lot of calories, and you probably know those people. They tend to eat, no matter how much food they eat, they don't put on weight. And why? Because calories are not calories. What matters is what your body do with the foods that come into your body. So some people's bodies, because of their hormonal environment, genetics, and some other factors, their gut microbiome, they burn off excess energy that comes from food as body heat. They get super active, they and not just in exercise, and usually not actually in exercise, but in non-exercise activity, meaning they start to do fidgeting or get up or sit down or talk more. They just moved and doing that non-exercise activity much more when they have more energy, and that's how their body maintains stable weight. So it's not magic. It's not like some calories just disappear. No, the body just chooses to spend that energy instead of putting that into storage. And people who tend to put on weight easily, that just their body makes another kind of decisions. Their body chooses to put most of the energy, excess energy, into storage. And again, that can be influenced by your genetics, by your lifestyle, by your stress levels, by how much sleep you get, by how old you are, by how active you are, by what kind of microbiome you have, but what kinds of food you have. That all will affect what your body does with the fuel or with the foods that you put in your body. And that's why calories are not created equal. And that's why also by changing your lifestyle, even if you don't change the amount of your foods you eat or the amount of exercise you do, you can actually change how much fat your body stores. If you start sleeping more before, if you were underslept all the time and now you're sleeping more, your body will choose to not put as much energy into fat storage. That is a proven fact that people who have healthier sleep patterns, they are slimmer and healthier usually. So understand first and foremost that your weight loss or weight management is not about calories at all. Your body, again, it doesn't count calories. It processes the foods that you put in your body, plus all the lifestyle factors, plus your genetics, plus your gut microbiome. So again, calories don't mean much to your body actually, and the more and more research is going to come out in the near future confirming just that a lot of other factors rule the thermodynamics of your body and what your body does with the fuel that it gets. So first and foremost, understand that. And second, that leads right into that factor is focus on your lifestyle. So make sure that you sleep 8 hours a day. So you're or at least spend 8 hours in bed, getting, ready in bed, falling asleep. But yeah, 8 hours in bed, that's like optimal for the most people. And of course, we talked a lot about sleep hygiene. So it's not just, being in bed for 8 hours, but also schedule matters. Also, a lot of factors matter. So check out a lot of episodes on sleep on Food School podcast if you need to understand what healthy sleep routine is. Then manage your stress. We also talked about stress, so check out those episodes. Then movement, make sure that you move, that you get your sun, that you get exercise on a regular basis. That all influences the way your body distributes the energy that you get from food. And be sure, to be optimistic and connect with other people, be, socially and emotionally be healthy. That affects hugely the way your body processes fuels and how much fat you carry and how healthy you are as a person. So lifestyle factors, a huge thing that you need to organize and pay attention to before you start doing anything else, like worrying about your diet and the amount of calories you eat, if you ever want to worry about that. So understand that food is not about calories, how much weight you put on or lose or maintain. It's not about calories, but about all the other factors. And then when it comes to lifestyle, sleep, stress, exercise, social connections, and your joy, your happiness, that all influences the amount of fat you carry and how easy it is for you to maintain certain weight. Then next one, third tool that we're going to talk about is fasting. We talked about it before quite a few times. So if you want to, learn more about intermittent fasting, again, search for intermittent fasting in the episodes of Food School podcast. But you need to fast for at least 14 hours a day. Earlier eating usually promotes better weight management and weight loss for most people. So make sure to experiment with timing too. But again, 14 hours of fasting, and have some food discipline. So don't snack all the time, but have 2-3 meals a day, and that's it. That really brings discipline into your eating patterns, into your eating habits, and that normalizes and stabilizes your metabolism, and that also helps you to maintain weight mentally and physically, and also control and balance your blood sugar. That also influences your hunger and the way you carry your weight. So food schedule and intermittent fasting, that is number 3. Number 4, counting carbs, guys. That is a very effective tool to manage and your weight and lose weight, and it is proven. And if you're someone who never tried it, try it. And by managing carbs to do it easily and actually the right way, I would suggest, well, first of all, of course, get rid of all the added sugars, natural or not. And by added sugars, I also mean all sorts of fruit juices and any kind of juices really, except for green juices like kale juice by itself. So get rid of all the added sugars, grains, beans, starchy vegetables, dairy products, fruit. All of these affect your carbohydrate count. So most of your foods should be, proteins, fats, a lot of non-starchy vegetables, and that's how you maintain a low carbohydrate diet without really counting anything. And if you're feeling like having maybe a piece of fruit or a piece of sweet potato or some more carbohydrate rich foods, then just make sure to count that in. And for a low carb diet to really work, I would suggest not going over 70 grams of carbohydrates per day. That is also proven by studies. 50 is even better if you're someone who wants to burn more fat easily. So 50 grams of carbohydrates per day, that is really not a lot. And most of it you can get you can easily get it, all of it, from your vegetables, if you don't add all these other starchy foods, sugars, grains, fruit, dairy products. So counting carbs is really great weight management and weight loss strategy that allows you to not go hungry and not count calories and still lose quite a lot of weight. But you still need to do the fasting, schedule your food, and don't think that as long as it's low carb, you get a free ride and you can just basically binge on everything low carb. Doesn't happen, guys. That's why a lot of people on low carb diets or keto diets even not lose all the weight they want. And don't get as lean as they want because they think that as long as it's low carb or keto, you can get unlimited amounts of it. But it's not the case. Overeating never is good for weight management or weight loss or health for that reason. Number 5, processed foods, of course. And guys, these points, I don't organize them in necessarily in the order of importance. Here, I believe that lifestyle should come first, but other than that, and fasting also, but like counting carbs or eliminating processed foods, they all kind of come together. So one is not more important than the other, even though probably processed foods is also very, very important for weight management and weight loss. Easy, that also improves your health. Though processed food, any sorts of non-food ingredients, as we talked before, vegetable oils, all these preservatives, additives, colorings, vegetable oils, anything that doesn't sound like it belongs to fresh food, it shouldn't be in your diet, and you should eliminate processed foods as much as possible. Number 6, guys, regular exercise. Even though exercise helps to maintain your weight and lose weight, as they say these days, exercise is a great weight management tool. It's not necessarily the best weight loss tool, meaning that if you're trying to burn some fat and burn your weight off through exercise, that's probably not going to work if that's the only thing you're going to change, unless you are really sedentary and you start to exercise, and your body will release some weight. But if you're trying to eat the same and have the exact same lifestyle, but at the same time, some people even think that as long as they exercise regularly, they can overeat and eat whatever they want, and that's not going to affect their weight. That's not true. But exercise is a great tool for many reasons to maintain your weight and to assist your weight loss, because again, it changes your hormones, your stress levels, your metabolism, your insulin sensitivity, how your gut bacteria digests and assimilates nutrition from your foods, how your body distributes your fuel, what it puts into fat and what it uses for other purposes. So exercise is great for all this reason that promotes weight management and weight loss and lean body mass. So exercise regularly. And the strategy number 7, guys, is about desserts and those special foods that we all like to have once in a while. Actually, today is my birthday, and yesterday I had a dessert first time in last year probably, and I realized that I don't miss it at all. Like, sugar does nothing for me. I lost any sorts of pleasure that I would get previously. And I realized that I don't really miss anything by not eating sugar. But anyway, so desserts, guys, those foods, if you're someone interested in health, weight management, then you should have them really as a special occasion, if ever. And we're also going to talk on Food School podcast about how to healthify desserts and kind of have your health and six-pack and have your desserts too, because there are so many healthier alternative to sweeteners, to different substitutions in our desserts that you can use and eat a healthy diet with desserts in it. But desserts, traditional desserts, all the sugary stuff, stuff that is usually full of all sorts of additives and preservatives, you don't want to have it on a regular basis for sure. You want to have it, once in a while. Maybe you're at a party, at a wedding, maybe you have a birthday celebration, but make sure it doesn't happen often. Just really make it once in a blue moon kind of thing, and then you don't have to worry about counting calories or anything in those desserts, because your body will naturally get to its maintenance level once that dessert is out of your system, and you're not gonna put on any weight really. So the last piece that I want to mention on today's podcast is what you actually eat for maintaining your weight, for losing weight, the best foods that promote healthy metabolism, healthy weight, that maximize nutrition in your meals. So those foods, the foods that I talk often on this podcast, and these foods, guys, they tend to cause the least health and digestive issues for most people with more or less a healthy digestive system and healthy hormones. If you're someone who is metabolically challenged, these foods also actually work the best for you, but some foods might not work for you, but most of these foods again work for most people, and they help people to lose weight, to maintain weight easily, and to get the maximum nutrition for our human body. So of course, first and foremost, non-starchy vegetables, organic, fresh and cooked, green and colorful. So non-starchy vegetables, 3/4 of your plate should be occupied by non-starchy vegetables every single day, as much as possible. So vegetables, colorful, green, amazing for you. If you're, someone who can or won't allow themselves to have more carbs, more or less, then have, sweet potatoes or some other starchy vegetables. That the best way to get your carbs actually, and a lot of fiber. So mushrooms also amazing, although they're not vegetables. Avocados, olives, one of the best foods because of their fiber content of their things like potassium, that is super important mineral, of monounsaturated fatty acids that is super good for our bodies, are really great for heart and artery health and anti-inflammatory. So olives, avocados, and then when it comes to you combine your vegetables and these plant foods, also some nuts and seeds are good. I would stay away from cashews and peanuts because they are pro-inflammatory for a lot of people, but things like macadamia, dry roasted or raw, even better because fats are sensitive to temperatures. But things like macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts, pecan nuts, walnuts are amazing. So add them to your diet too. If you're someone who is trying to lose weight, make sure that you watch the amount of nuts because you can easily eat a lot of calories and a lot of energy. And if your body is not the body that decides to burn it all off, then you might have troubles losing weight, all I'm saying. But health-wise, amazing foods. Olives, avocados. Then when it comes to proteins and fats, we go to for fatty fish. And guys, sardines, herring, mackerel, salmon, amazing foods that will give you a lot of minerals, omega-3 fatty acids that are super important for our brain and anti-inflammatory, and also help to maintain healthy cell membranes that are super important for our overall health. Though fatty fish, the best quality you can find, and if you're someone who never tried it or never developed love for fatty fish, develop it. It's worth it, guys. I didn't try fatty fish, sardines till like 4 years ago, and now I eat them almost every day, no matter where in the world I am. That's a good thing that we have them everywhere. More and more people are aware of the importance of fatty fish in your diet. So fatty fish is amazing. Organ meats like livers, especially, now here that I'm in a hotel, I really miss my organ meats, but gonna get right back to it once I'm back to my regular eating schedule. So now actually fasting a little bit more. Good time to fast when you can't find the foods that you love. So organ meats, livers, hearts, tongues. Organ meats have the most nutrients. They have, vitamin A, vitamin D, depending on the organ, they have different nutrition. Then whole eggs, pastured whole eggs, good quality eggs. Really nutrition powerhouse. Eat them unless you have allergies, like some people do. But also a lot of people have allergies only to bad quality eggs. So try some farm eggs, from fresh from farms. You might be surprised. Also try quail eggs. You might not tolerate chicken eggs that well, but you might like quail eggs or duck eggs. So yeah, again, organ meats, eggs, and then eating all sorts of animals and parts of animals besides organ meat. You can skin and bones and, not just cows, but also all sorts of animals. Wild game is also especially good. So make sure that that's what most of your food is. A lot of vegetables, fatty fish, olives, avocados, organ meats, whole eggs of all sorts, good quality nuts and seeds, and then take care of your lifestyle, sleep, stress, movement, joy, and social connections. Have some food schedule, 2-3 meals a day, intermittent fasting 14 hours a day. Count your carbs as an effective strategy to lose and maintain weight, to get leaner and to feel better. Eliminate processed foods as much as possible, all these non-food ingredients, vegetable oils. Exercise regularly. Treat desserts as one in a blue moon thing to do. And don't keep junk food in your house, as a side note to you. That helps a lot with weight management and weight loss and eliminating all possible cravings, as we talked on our mental mastery of diet habits episode. You can check back that. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know if you have questions about anything you heard on this episode. If you need more details on anything, also feel free to reach out. I'm going to answer all the questions that you might have. And so stay tuned tomorrow for our next podcast, where we're going to discuss another aspect of healthy eating, of nutrition, of food that will improve all areas of your life. And again, if you have any questions ever, feel free to reach out. If you want to really master all of your health eating habits, check out foodschool.health with Health Eating 101 course. The link you can find in the show notes. Thank you guys for all your attention, your time, your love. It's my birthday, by the way, so wish me happy birthday, even if it's silently. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily.